Hey folks, welcome back. Today we'll be reviewing Beyond Our Reason, in short BAR, which is an open source sci-fi RTS that has been quietly redefining massive strategy battles with no corporate backing, so pure passion, and made by just a handful of developers. Let's see if it lives up to the hype.
See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a helldiver.
I'll start by providing you with a quick official overview of the game. So Beyond Our Reason is built on the Recoil engine, which is a modern version of the Spring RTS codebase. Maybe any OG RTS players know that engine. It's 100% for free and available on Windows and Linux, and is inspired by the games like Total Annihilation, the Supreme Commander. What grabbed my attention was the promise of thousands of units clashing in an epic scale skirmish, which definitely happens quite a whole lot of times, especially if you're playing with friends. You can really create large scale battles, and that is great because the game also offers multiple maps that can be downloaded or even custom made. So basically, you can decide which map you want to play, and you do not have to buy any DLCs or pay any cent um, to play the game with your friends, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. And a big reason why I'm making that review. And yeah, let's talk graphics and performance out of the box. Beyond a Reason renders in surprisingly slick fashion. It has dynamic lighting and real-time shadows. And thanks to the new update that has just dropped recently, it has gotten an graphic overhaul, and effects, explosions, and so on, you name it, were improved, which is absolutely amazing. Even on a older rig like my PC, you can play the game pretty good without any stutters. I have played a maximum of 4v4 and the game worked out fine. It did not have any like stutters or quite bugs, which is absolutely amazing. Even if three nukes are launched at your base, the game still runs at 60 FPS with no problems, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion, that it even works on more or less potato PCs like my PC. Yeah. So the core gameplay and scale of it is more or less like Supreme Commander crossed with TA. You basically start with your commander, which is a valuable unit and an asset you have to protect. If you lose that commander, you lose the game. Of course, you will need to use your commander up close in first-hand combat within the first minutes, but later on you will need to protect that commander at all cost and ensure its safety, because if the commander dies, you lose, which is bad. In games with 1 plus versus 1 plus, like 2v2, if one commander dies, the other person's commander will somewhat fill the space, and you can still continue playing. But if both commanders die, the whole team loses, basically. Yeah. Um, it's also important that you protect your factory. You can see at the top we have two bars. steel and energy, which are your main resources. What you can see is build power, and build power is basically a more or less invented resource under the players. It is basically the speed in which you can build and buy stuff. And yeah, that is basically it with the core gameplay. It's real fun, especially in the mid and late game. I feel like the first couple minutes are quite boring as you can't do a whole lot. But then in the late game, as you can see, I've built a mech. It's just absolutely amazing. He can just walk through as he's a tier 3 unit, um, which is absolutely amazing. So he does not care about anything right now. And I've also placed repair robots behind him, which will repair the damage taken. So yeah, absolutely great. And I think the visuals for a game that is completely free to play and is not like a 60 gigabyte game, I think the game is quite nice and well designed, definitely. So there are well three factions. One is experimental, so there are two main factions. There's the Armada faction, uh, a more or less fast, stealth capable bots uh, faction, which is excellent in hit and run tactics. And then there's Cortex, the red faction. These guys are just heavy hitters and have incredible damage to crush defenses, but their units are quite slow and expensive compared to Armada. So if you're starting out with the game, please play Armada, and if you've gotten some experience, go ahead and try the Cortex or the Legion, which is the experimental faction. So regarding community and the modding scene, what really hooked me was the community. Community is really helpful, and the Discord is just buzzing with custom maps, co-op modes, whatever events, like 64 versus 64 player events with 20k units on the board. It is just absolute chaos, trust me. And devs push almost weekly updates, balance tweaks, and they really hear the community, and every feedback is welcome, which is amazing. You don't see that often nowadays. Devs are just mostly doing their own thing, but here devs really consider your feedback and try to improve the game, which is absolutely amazing. And they're doing it for free. You're not even paying anything. And if you'd like to support the devs, they of course have some Patreon. You can, yeah, send over some money, support the whole backing of the game, which I think you should if you really enjoy the game. Give it a try. It's completely free. So yeah. Regarding any bugs, no masterpiece is perfect. In my time playing, I saw some rather path-finding hiccups, especially on complicated maps. Sometimes the bots were just running against some wall or couldn't find their way out of the canyon or whatever. But crashes and game-breaking bugs did not really happen. So yeah, it ran great. I did not experience any like crashes or like FPS drops. Of course, you'll probably experience FPS drops if you're playing 64 versus 64, but yeah, that's yeah. Um, so single player learning curve experience. Well, there is no formal campaign, as you might think. There are some scenarios which basically are AI skirmishes. You play against one AI. It's most of the times a 1v1. And if you're new to the game, it basically helps to flatten the learning curve. It's more or less a tutorial, an introduction to the game. Um, Yeah, I did not really play that. I just looked up a tutorial for the Armada faction and then played against my my brother and my cousin. So, yeah, that's that. And yeah, that brings us to the end of the video, to that review. Um, Let me know if the game's something for you, if you missed anything in the review, if you'd like anything else, any game reviewed. If you have feedback for me, I'd love to hear your opinion. As I said, the game's free to play and has rapid development and really a passionate community behind it. So I'd give it a shot. It's not even um, that expensive on your disk space. So yeah, overall, great game. Has little to no bugs and is completely free. So give it a try, give it a shot. If you like it, feel free to donate to the developers and support the project. And yeah, that will be it with the review today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any recommendations or feedback on my reviews, I'll gladly take it. Until then, take care and have a good day.